Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be, me giving my commentary on a TikTok video that I had seen that I could mostly relate to. And so I'm going to insert the video right here, girl.
Ladies, can we start a thread? Because I want to talk about something that I haven't heard. And I just want to know if anyone else, any women are experiencing this. Quick backstory. Coming up, I always had low self-esteem. I never felt attractive. I didn't really have friends. I was pretty much a loner. And so as an adult, I still have some of those thoughts in my mind. And it could honestly affect how I present myself when I'm out. But with that said, I have a lot of gorgeous friends, okay? Everybody's pretty. Everybody's pretty. Can we talk about how we are not the woman that's like ever approached in the friend group? More specifically, how you internalize it, how you deal with it. Because it's hard for me to believe that I'm the pretty girl when I'm out and men don't approach me. I tell you guys all the time that I get the most attention from guys on the internet, not out in public. I for the most part, I'm never approached, just to keep it a buck. Or I'm approached by super older guys, like 50 and up. Nobody in my age range. And I don't care how many times my friends tell me I'm pretty. People at church tell me I'm pretty. When it's all said and done and I'm in a room with them, I'm never seen. And it's kind of hard to deal with. And then you can't even really talk to your homegirls about it, because if you tell them, then they're going to be self-conscious about how they are in your presence, and you don't want to dim their light because you love them. But what do I have to do? Distance myself from pretty people? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. How do y'all deal with it? Do you talk to your homegirls? Do you just internalize it? Do you talk to other people? Do you just ignore the feelings? Because that's my thing. When I'm by myself and I meditate or I look at myself in the mirror, I feel beautiful. And then I get around other pretty girls and I feel like the ugly duckling. And nobody can convince me that I'm attractive. That's why it's hard for me to receive compliments. That's why it's hard for me to trust that what people are saying they mean, because my life experience tells me otherwise. So how do you deal with it if you are dealing with it?
Okay, y'all, so boom, I decided to go ahead and make this video, when I'm dressed up, when I'm feeling like a goddess, a queen, honey, just feeling myself. But I can still relate to that video in so many ways. So let's go ahead and get into that. So for me personally, growing up, I did have self-esteem. I did feel like that I was a pretty girl, but society made me feel like that I was not that, right? And I have did videos, where I do tell you guys that and, share some of my early childhood experience. And so, it's different when you look into the mirror and you feel like that you're beautiful, and, the people, your family and the people around you are saying that you're beautiful, but the people who do not know you are not feeling the same way. Like back in the day, when I was considered an ugly duckling, people could not just let me be ugly in peace. They had to let me know just how ugly they thought I was. And so now, being a grown 25-year-old woman, when I seen this video, I was like, yes, finally I have found my people. I have found my people who can relate to what I have been through, because I used to think it was just me, you guys. Although I feel like that I am a beautiful woman, I feel like that I'm gorgeous, and anybody should feel like that about themselves. And if you don't think I am, then not too much though. I'm not asking for opinions. I'm just telling y'all how I feel. I noticed that when I go out with a group of women, I will be the girl who is not ever approached. And to me, honestly, it's something that I noticed. You notice when everybody out the group is getting approached except you, right? So I feel like that it really starts to damper with your self-esteem, because you're like, oh, I thought I looked good too, but ain't nobody checking for me like that. Me personally, I hang around, I don't really have any friends, so I hang around family, and we are all beautiful. We really, really are. We all beautiful women. And so I noticed that whenever we go out and we in a group, I'm the girl that never gets approached by men. It used to make me feel some type of way until, I used to have to just prepare myself for things like that to happen, because it started happening so often to where it's like I'm dressed up just like everybody else, I'm looking good like everybody else, but I'm just not getting that male attention out in public. As I grew, I started having to tell myself, the men that were in the places that I was in back in the day are not the men that I honestly wanted to attract in the first place. So I had to tell myself, like, why do you feel some type of way, or why are you feeling, a little self-conscious or insecure when these men aren't approaching you, when you know good and darn well that the men that you want to approach you are not in these spaces in the first place. And that was something to look at, Of course, when I was going through this feeling of just feeling like, God, I must be the less attractive one. I must be the one where people are like, it's better looking women around, so why would we choose this one, right? And so that is how I used to feel a lot of the time, to the fact that I just had to give myself a pep talk. I had to tell myself, okay, you're going to look the best that you can possibly look. You're going to still feel beautiful regardless of if men are around approaching you or not. And I know a lot of women can relate to this because of the comments that, this TikTok user had up under her video. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like a space where I feel safe to share my experience, because I could not understand it, you guys. When I say I would be the last one or ever, well, when I say I was the one that was not getting approached, it did make me feel some type of way. And of course, I did not, open up about this with the girls, with the women that I was hanging around, because I did not want to be seen as the insecure one, the one that is self-conscious, the one that's like has low self-esteem because she not getting no play. Okay, because who wants to be around that girl to where it's like, you can't never have a good time without worrying about men, even though the men come easily to the other women. And so therefore I had to like really build myself up and let myself know, like, stop it, okay? You're beautiful. Stop seeking validation from men. And I know a lot of the women up under this TikTok users' comments, they was like, they have been through the same exact thing. And another thing that I could relate with this TikToker was the fact that she was like that she gets more attention like online than in person. In person, nobody is approaching her. Which, don't get me wrong, I have had a few times where, a man has approached me in public, but it's not something that happens often. You get what I'm saying? Whereas, if I'm on social media, I am more likely to have a man flirt with me, and I'm not trying to attract a man on social media. I'm really not. Like, my DMs are full of dusties. They're full of men who I know good and well are not the kind of man that I'm trying to attract. So I've gotten to the point where, like I told y'all, I don't even respond. But it's just the fact that she made this video, and it just made me feel a sense of relief that, I'm not the only person that has experienced something like this. And I know a lot of women, they get to feeling like insecure, doubting themselves, all of the things that I was feeling back then. And we really cannot control how we look through other people's eyes. So that's why it has to start with us. And a lot of times, I would write down like positive affirmations, because I don't want how other people may view me to affect how I view myself. Because like I said, growing up, I don't feel like that I had low self-esteem. I know a lot of people tried to get me to have low self-esteem because I had not grown into my futures. I may insert some pictures on here. I don't feel like I probably wasn't as pretty as I am now. I know for a fact I wasn't, and I won't be delusional, because people have told me like, oh, you done glowed up, like you don't look how you used to look. And I'm just like, I've always thought I was pretty. And it's really great to have self-esteem, but I know when we are in such a world like this, every person for themselves type of world, people don't care who they offend, people don't care what comes out of their mouth, people don't care about destroying other people's self-esteem. We really have to build ourselves up. And the way I handle being, the one that's never approached out of the group is I have gotten used to it. And it's kind of sad to say, when I go out with a group of women, in my mind, I've already conditioned my mind to know, you know what? You still be confident, you still walk with your head held high, but you're probably not going to be the woman that a man walks up to and talks to. It'll probably be everybody around you, but it won't be you. But how do you feel about yourself? How do you view yourself? And like I said, I feel like that I'm gorgeous, Are there things that I would like to change about myself? Of course. I feel like that we all have insecurities. Some people just give into their insecurities better than other people do. Like some people, you would never know that they're insecure about something because of how they present themselves, because of how they walk into a room, because of, they walk in with their head held high, they're making eye contact. And I'm working on doing stuff like that because I do notice, like, when I'm getting too much attention when I'm out in public, when I'm like, let's say I am walking by myself, if I see too many people staring at me, it makes me feel like a little mouse. It makes me want to go back, into this little bitty hole, and I like look down, or I do something to show that I'm kind of self-conscious, I guess. And that's not the energy that I'm trying to give off, because that's not necessarily how I feel. I just know how I react when I actually am getting attention. I know y'all probably think that is so weird. Like, you just said it. I know, girl. I know. I'm working it. I'm working on, owning myself, being in my energy, and when I step into a room, knowing exactly who I am, and knowing that I'm confident, I'm not seeking validation, and nobody is about to make me feel less than just because I have a different type of look. And it was very, very sad, like when I watched her TikTok video, because of how much I could relate. Because, I used to feel like, okay, well, I must be the ugly one out the group. I must be the one that nobody is interested in the group. I must be the least attractive one. Even if that is the case, the places that I used to go was not my crowd. The place that I used to go, those were not my people anyways. And so that's something that I had to learn, as I grew, to be able to tell myself. It's more so, I know y'all get tired of hearing this, but it's more so about how do you feel about yourself. Because I just feel like that if you feeling insecure, then I feel like that men can pick up on that. Men see who is insecure by body language. They see, the girl that's in a crowd looking like a scared little mouse. As soon as somebody looks at her, she doesn't like human interaction. I hate human interaction. I would rather be in the house, but I understand that that's not always healthy. It's healthy to, get out sometimes and get some fresh air. But I just feel like with body language, you say a lot. She was really going through it, like in the video, and she just received an outrageous amount of love. And I was just really happy to see people in, full support, because as we know, as a Black woman, trying to express yourself to the internet is always a dangerous, tricky place. You never know if people are going to agree with you and fill you with love, or if they are going to have something negative to say and try to beat you down. Because why are you doing that, Black woman? Why are you on here letting everybody know how you feel? That's the space for every other woman but yourself. Because it showed me that I'm not alone. I'm not the only person that has these kind of experiences. And it let me know to just continue being secure within myself, and whatever I'm supposed to have, whoever I'm supposed to attract, those are my people, and eventually that will happen when the time comes. A way that I deal with that now, I have started, getting dressed, going out places more by myself, just, trying to get comfortable with, being by myself, and, seeing how I interact with people when I'm, not walking in with the group. And, I just celebrated myself today, you guys. So that's why I wanted to make the video, because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling, pretty. And so I know that this video will help another woman who has the same issues that I have. I've always known that it doesn't matter how beautiful you are, how attractive you are, right? There's always going to be a woman that is more beautiful than you, prettier than you, more attractive than you. And that is something that I try not to focus on, because we all have flaws, we all have insecurities, and somebody will always, be different than you. They will have a different look than you. They will give off something different than you give off. And that's very important to know, because I know a lot of women compare themselves to other women based on, what men like, what men may view attractive. And it's like, I feel like that is a tricky place to be in, and it can be quite dangerous, because that will allow you to beat yourself down even more. Like, say if you felt like you was beautiful, you go out, you don't get no attention, nobody's complimenting you, then you start to feel like, oh gosh, maybe I don't look as pretty, maybe I don't look as good as I thought I looked. Now, today, I was walking around with my head held high. I was making eye contact with people. I was, being myself, but trying to step out of my box. And, I had like 2 women compliment me and tell me how gorgeous and amazing that I looked. And that made me feel like really awesome, because I'm also used to being the woman that I don't get that many compliments, especially from women. And I told y'all, like, I have had this weird history with women. It could have something to do with, me being an introvert. me being an introvert, me being socially awkward, I just always have a weird experience with women, to the fact that what I give off, it does not come back to me when it comes to women. And so it felt good to, have some women compliment me, make me feel good, because I felt good when I got dressed. And I'm finna show y'all my dress, girl. Okay. So this is my dress. It's giving body. And that's the back. I know y'all didn't ask for all of that, but what I'm really trying to show y'all is confidence takes you a long way. And when you present yourself into the world, you have to present yourself as a confident woman. Even if you are struggling with insecurities, because I feel like that it makes you an easy target for, people to just try to belittle you, make you feel less than. That's why I'm really working on, like, self-improvement, building up my self-esteem, and just living and trying to thrive into the woman that I really want to become. Like, I'm just 25, and so I feel like, with given more time, I will be the woman that I want to be, and I will be feeling, more secure, and things like this won't bother me anymore. I mean, has my experience changed? I don't know. Like, it's been a while since I have been out with a group of women. I just knew how awful that experience was, when I would do it, and I'm always the friend that's like, nobody is approaching, nobody is talking to, and stuff like that. And there have been a lot of situations where that has been my experience. But I'm just ready to change up the narrative. Like I said, you guys, I started trying to, go out more places by myself, so I can work on actually, being by myself, being confident, loving the skin I'm in, like feeling myself to the entirety of myself, if that makes sense. Because there have been a lot of times where I have felt like really, really beautiful. Like, I have really grown to love everything about me, from my big eyes. Because, when I was a child, people made comments about how big my eyes was, my big nose, which, as you guys can see, I do have a big nose because I am a black woman. It just comes with the territory. And so what I did about that was I put some bedazzle on it. I have piercings on my nose because they make me feel beautiful. They make me feel sexy. You know what I'm saying? They make me feel confident with my septum, my nose piercings, because I'm owning my, face. I'm owning everything about me. My big lips. Glossed up, baby, to the fullest. My skin, okay? Trying to take care of that skin, baby. Trying to, do what I need to do to be the best version of myself on the physical and the mental, because how you feel about yourself really goes a long way. You have to feel secure about yourself, because if you don't, when you step out into the world, anybody can tell you anything, and they can make you feel low. Like, they can make you really, like, second guess yourself, wishing that you look like somebody else. Like, I remember when I was a little girl, when people thought that I was an ugly duckling. They thought I was not attractive. I remember being like, oh man, I wish I looked like so and so, because oh, she's so pretty to me, and I bet she does not have this problem. But now there's nobody that I want to look like other than myself. Okay? I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. You just have to own that. You won't be everybody's cup of tea, but it's not about them. It's about how you feel about yourself. And eventually, the crowd that you are meant to attract will come to you. Like, that's what I'm believing. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay? I'm just, worried about myself, worried about my own journey. Try not to worry about, benefits that other people may have just because they have a different type of look. There are always ways to self-improve. But if you are basing how you feel about yourself based on how other people view you, you will forever be changing something about yourself. That's just like if somebody was like, oh, I don't like you with eyebrows on, so you shave your eyebrows off. And then the next person like, oh, I don't like the shape of your nose, so you go get your nose done. Look, if you want to change something, it should be just because you want to, not based off of what other people want you to change, how other people feel about you. That's why I'm working on not dealing with people who do not view me how I view myself in the mirror. because I feel like that I'm a beautiful woman. I won't allow a man to lowball me and have me feeling like that, I'm just bottom of the barrel, I'm disgusting, I'm not attractive. Because when you are operating in low self-esteem, and the people that you attract, they really finna dog you out. So that's why you have to really be secure within yourself, because trust me, whatever you thought about yourself, when you're attracting people, while you got low self-esteem going on, they finna make you feel 1,000 times worse. And you don't want that. You really don't want that. God, just work on yourself, okay? Work on yourself, write some stuff down, let go of some stuff, work on inner healing. Like that's what I'm working on, because I know when I was growing up, my look was not the look that was in. My look was not the look that, people desired. You get what I'm saying? And so now, as a grown woman who still really does not get approached, yeah, people will look at me, but are they stepping up to me like,
hello, oh gosh, you are so breathtaking. I just gotta have ya. I just gotta get your number. I just gotta catch up with you. I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. I want to take you out.
No, that's not happening. I don't know if it's because of the places that I'm going to. And when I was telling y'all about my experience earlier, I was talking about, when I used to go to the club. Now, at my big age, I do not like to go to clubs. That ain't my place. That ain't my thing. I don't like going there. I'm not trying to attract anybody in the club, and I just feel out of place there because them ain't my peoples. That's not my area, okay? I'd rather be at the book club or the library or some stuff like that, where I'm comfortable. And thank you so much to the woman who made this TikTok video and gave me something to talk about and share my experience with you guys. I hope that this helped another woman to know you are beautiful. You are worthy of everything that your heart desires. And just based off of how people may perceive you in public, that does not necessarily mean that you are not attractive. It doesn't. Maybe they just don't have the balls to approach you. Maybe you just aren't their type, and that's okay. Like growing up, there were a lot of people that I liked that I just simply was not their type. And I had to tell myself, it's okay. That don't mean you ugly. They just not for you. And I would rather be with somebody that, is attracted to me, because I feel like that you have a better chance of being treated like a decent human being when you are entertaining somebody that is actually attracted to you. If any of you women have ever talked to a man that did not think that you were attractive, you can tell the difference in the treatment. Some men are not nice to women that they do not find attractive, and that is the harsh reality. Like, I have had some people be mean to me in the past because they thought I was dog bone ugly, baby. They thought I was, whoa, God, dog, the face only a mother could love. You think I'm finna settle for that now? Okay? Listen, if somebody don't think you attractive, that's okay. If you're not somebody's cup of tea, that's okay. Because I would rather you work on yourself, heal, step into that boss era, step into your confidence, step into your self-love, step into your healing than to be mistreated. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. My channel is growing. It's amazing. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for my channel. As you guys can see with all of these videos that I have been dropping off left and right, I have been working on the consistency, giving you guys what you want. Of course, there will be, more hairy face videos and stuff like that, because that's what you guys really love. But sometimes I do like to come on here and run my mouth and hope that you guys support it anyways. So do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.